All right. Happy Thursday. This is Steve coming at you, and we're talking about marketing. And today, oh, this is giving me some noise. Hold on. How's that? Better? All right. Good. Okay. So, yeah, today I want to talk about. Now, let me go live on Instagram real quick. Three, two, one, go. Okay. Yeah, today I want to talk about a quick conversation I had with a business owner, and he told me that 99% of marketing agencies were scammers. Uh, and I tried not to be too offended by that statement. I could have had a bad experience with a plumber, but it doesn't mean that 99% of plumbers are trying to rip me off. But if you have had a bad experience with a marketing agency, or you gave them some money and you got nothing in return, I just want to let you know that that's a common experience, and it's not your fault. Okay, so unfortunately, there are a lot of bad players in digital marketing for whatever reason. Maybe it's because they do it, from home. Maybe because necessarily have any necessarily any proof right away that your marketing is working. But I want to help you avoid those pitfalls, help you to identify a good company from a bad company so that you can make a better decision. Because ultimately, if you were the business owner, it is your responsibility to vet all of your suppliers, whether they're supplying you with a product or a service. You need to know enough about those products and services to make sure that you're getting your money's worth, right? So, basically, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 5 questions that you can ask an ads manager. So this does necessarily pertain to Google Ads. If we were talking about something like search engine optimization or Facebook ads, this would also work crossover with social media advertising. But it, you know, maybe not necessarily some of the other services like SEO or um, you know, just regular social media marketing. But this is the problem. There's so many horror stories out there about business owners getting ripped off by a marketing agency. I think most business owners, many of them, who have never had a good return on investment from their marketing, they have given up on that and on advertising, and so they rely solely on organic social media advertising or social media marketing, or uh, just organic search engine optimization that they do in house, which is rarely effective. So when you're thinking about running ads, on whatever platform, really, it doesn't matter if it's Google or Bing or Facebook or Instagram. You want to find out how much money has companies spent testing ads in their industry. This is really important because if they haven't already spent money, whether it was their own or clients' money, then they're essentially testing their campaigns on your dime. So that is a dangerous thing. I mean, if you're watching them closely and you have plenty of money to test with, and you can afford to fail before you succeed, then that might not be a bad thing, because the return can be so great in the future that it can be worth doing that. But it is a red flag, if a company has not worked in your industry before, then you essentially are going to be testing. So the other thing uh, to think about is they're going to be um, essentially learning. So if your goal is awareness, then it's not going to be a big fail. You can you can spend a little bit of money and get awareness really if the campaign doesn't produce a return right away. If your goal is conversions, whether that's in terms of collecting email addresses or phone numbers, then this is where it's really important to know that you have a company that has produced those kinds of results before, because those are the results that pay the bills. So, uh, but yeah, you can certainly start with awareness campaigns or consideration campaigns, both to kind of hit the top of the funnel, people who aren't necessarily ready to make a decision. Okay, so anyway, the next thing to consider or to ask your ad manager is, what offer is the prospect being taken to? Now that offer is essentially going to be on your website or on a landing page or on a lead generation website or sales page that is going to convert the customer ideally into a lead, at least with email address or phone number. So if the offer really is, you know, just going to your website, if that is what the ad is doing, is leading them to your website, which has no clear offer, then you should be prepared to spend a lot of money with very little results. And this is why we really encourage having a lead generation website or a sales funnel so that you can send prospects to that page and convert them into at least a lead. Okay? So that gets us to the next question is, how is your website optimized for ads? And that means the website needs to operate very fast. How quick is it? How fast is the technology that it runs on? Because if you pay for an ad coming from Facebook or social media platforms, and they go to the sales page or whatever it is, and that page doesn't load fast enough, well, you already paid for that customer to go there to the website, but they likely never even hit the website, because if it takes more than 3 seconds for that website to load, then that customer is going to be gone. So making sure it loads fast, make sure that everything is optimized on the website with selling points, bullet points that are going to create some kind of intrigue that will encourage the customer to either download a lead magnet or to make a phone call, which is your conversion. And the next thing is with ads, you're always well, with Google Ads, especially, you're targeting keywords. So, the keywords that you're targeting are going to determine who are the people who are coming to the website in the first place or answering the ad. So, the keywords obviously are going to have a big impact on what people come to the website. So an agency or a marketer that is experienced in your industry is going to have a keyword strategy. They're going to have libraries of keywords, both positive keywords and negative keywords. So that brings us into number five. What negative keywords are? Do you have a negative keyword library so that you can block the keywords that you do not want to pay for? So If you are well, really, if you're a service industry professional, whether that's home services or personal services, if you have some kind of name recognition in the community, you don't want people who are searching your name in Google because they're going to find you anyway. They're already aware of your company, your solution, so you don't want to pay for those clicks or those phone calls. So your company name needs to be blocked out, as well as all the possible ways to misspell that name. And that's just the beginning. Ultimately, if a company has been working in your industry for a long time, then they should have hundreds of keywords that are blocked from showing up in their Google search. All right, so that's that is really what is important, is that you are able to identify that you're working with a company and avoid a lot of mistakes, because the fact of the matter is, when you are running ads, there are a lot of ways to go wrong. If you've ever failed by hiring the wrong company, it's not necessarily your fault. It just means that you hired the wrong company. So there's a lesson to be learned there. You know, it's like getting up to the plate, play baseball, you get hit by the ball, it hurts. Well, it doesn't mean you stop playing ball. You get back up to the plate and you keep going. So it's not over until you win. So I hope that brings you some value. Hope you can, um, if you have determined that ads don't work, that is the wrong solution. So, um, just keep looking for the right company to work with, and keep finding the right questions to ask. I think that's one of the most important things. Again, no matter who your supplier is, from a product or service standpoint in your business, you've got to know the questions to ask to ensure that you have a solid solution. All right, and that is going to be it today. I'll come back to you next week, and I hope you have an awesome weekend out there. And I to doing this more and having more conversations as we go forward. And yeah, with that, have a great time. I'll talk to you soon.